These are some of the most bizarre ways police have stopped suspects, including the crazy moment police in Hollywood used a new tool to stop these car thieves, the thrilling chase through Brazil that some are referring to as the greatest of all time, and a high-speed chase in Estonia that ended with the perfect spike strip. Police chase. A motorcyclist and his companion were spotted doing wheelies and speeding through the congested streets of Osasco, Brazil. What you're about to witness was not a staged Hollywood chase, but rather a true pursuit through the small lanes. Some people have dubbed it the best police chase footage ever. A motorcycle cop attempted to pull them over, but the daredevil had other ideas. He cranked up the throttle and took our police on a suspenseful 6-minute chase through Sao Paulo's main streets and back alleys. The biker skillfully maneuvers through traffic, executes sharp turns, and tries his hardest to disarm the police. However, the officer is equally skilled and dangerous when he turns on narrow one-way roads. It is not worth his or anyone else's life to apprehend these two, but he is not giving up easily. Unfortunately, things are only going to get worse. Just look at how close they came to clipping this bus. The police in these small Brazilian cities rely on highly skilled motorcycle cops to apprehend criminals. The danger increases as traffic becomes more congested. Our motorcyclist is also approaching a red light and doesn't intend to stop. Our cop is getting quite close, but the biker managed to escape once more. Just think about trying to apprehend him in a squad car. You would have lost him in an instant. He understands that if he can't get rid of this cop on the streets, maybe he can get rid of him in the neighborhoods, but he'll have to take harsh measures to get rid of him. Well, it almost worked. Had our biker made that turn, he could have raced down the alley while the policeman staggered down the stairs. However, good things come to an end. Even the world's most amazing police chase, given his ability, bravery, and familiarity with the area. Unfortunately, neither of these men could have had a good career as Hollywood stunt drivers, but we don't think this was our driver's first high-speed chase. Replace that cop with James Bond, and you have an instant classic. Tesla chase. Two Teslas that decided it was a good day for a street race are being pursued by authorities on July 12, 2023. Both vehicles are going over 90 mph and are approaching an Arkansas State Authorities officer. They split his cruiser, with one Tesla passing on the right and the other on the left. Tesla departed and disappeared, leaving Tesla to deal with the authorities. When additional officers join the pursuit, the powerful smart car swiftly retreats, and it takes our officer more than 90 seconds to catch up, which can seem like an eternity. The Tesla is forced to drive right over police spike strips while his colleague cop stops traffic in the left 2 lanes ahead of them during pursuit time. Why doesn't it immediately stop the car, one may wonder? Police spike strips are intended to stop blowouts. In most situations, the spikes are hollow, detachable metal pieces that become lodged in the suspect's tire and release air gradually. One manufacturer claims that deflation takes between 12 and 20 seconds, but that doesn't mean the pursuit comes to an end in that amount of time. This Tesla demonstrates how swiftly he can continue to move even with 4 spiked tires. Yet, this prevents him from reaching full speed, allowing our cop to enter a pit. He has to attempt again because, although he positions himself higher, he abandons the pit when other vehicles approach too closely. It would have been extremely difficult to do it there. Careless and may have caused harm to someone, but fortunately, a new chance was about to come up. Let's take a look at it from the perspective of the trailing officer. He was able to observe where the Tesla's back right tire went flat. If the rubber had remained on, he could have covered it and continued driving, but he wouldn't have survived very long. The driver paid his cousin $500 to rent the Tesla for him. They were going to Dallas for his birthday, but now they would be spending it behind bars. He was charged with reckless driving, aggravated assault, and unauthorized use of a vehicle. There's a reason why they don't let people under 25 rent cars. They do dumb things like this. Police apprehended both suspects without incident. The grappler, other than spike strips and pit maneuvers. The grappler is a new instrument that police have at their disposal that has made apprehending criminals more simpler. It is more dependable than spikes and safer than a pit. On December 26, 2023, police in Hollywood, California, utilized one to apprehend 2 teenage carjackers driving a stolen Camaro. It appears that they hadn't received the one they had requested for Christmas. The grappler is fastened to the front bumper of a police car like a transportable net. All the police need to do to use the high-strength yellow tether netting is drive the net beneath the suspect's rear tire so that it gets entangled in the tether that connects the suspect's vehicle to the police car. On September 22, 2022, cops in Arizona employed the grappler to save an innocent woman from her irate attacker. It's like being in a fish tank. As the narrative progresses, Amy, 39, gets intoxicated and believes she is following her ex-husband. Since she began smashing the back of his car, we can assume that there is animosity between them. However, Amy wasn't her ex. Rather, it was an innocent woman who was unaware that the police were pursuing her. When Amy continued to smash the poor woman's car, they used the grappler to drag her in like a drunken. Despite Amy allegedly traveling over 100 km/h, the woman she repeatedly hitting didn't sustain any injuries. Perhaps Amy will try marriage the next time. Amy was jailed for aggravated assault and placed on a $100,000 bond. Spike strips. Having only been incorporated in January 1990, Counseling Yoga County is one of the 15 states that make up the nation of Estonia. It is home to roughly 28,000 inhabitants, as well as one drunken man who got caught using police spike strips. The man had become inebriated and had decided to go for a drive. His reckless joyride quickly turned into a high-speed pursuit through the county, and he sealed his fate by turning down a narrow two-lane road. On May 1st, just after 7 o'clock in the evening, local police were called. They were prepared with spike strips. When he's going to pass them, they watch as the car approaches. The spike strip is discarded by the officer. It was the ideal shot. Shortly after the suspect's tires began to resemble collapsing balloons, the spike strip struck his tire, causing him to stop. The driver's fate and the length of time he had been evading police are unknown. It's reasonable to presume that they had been pursuing him for some time, as police don't always turn to spike strips when a pursuit starts. These Estonian officers performed a pretty good job all around. The spike strips come in a variety of shapes and sizes, and they usually have a collection of 1 to 3 inches of metal teeth pointed straight up. Police use portable ones that they can quickly throw across the road in this manner. Ideally, they can pull them back without hitting any. High-speed chase. On August 16, 2020, police in Daytona Beach, Florida, pulled over 24-year-old Kevin Morales for speeding. Kevin didn't stop for a ticket, though, and he took off, leading police on a high-speed chase down I-4. A helicopter monitored Kevin while officers set up spike strips. With the help of this expert pilot, police were able to keep up with his blue Honda hatchback and eventually get this speed demon off the road, though it took some attempts. It's not as simple as it seems to spike a suspect's vehicle. You can tell how difficult the timing is when the person is traveling above 100 mph. This isn't a video game where police put up barriers in the middle of the road. Kevin tries to get away by taking the exit, but the police are hot on his trail thanks to the helicopter. Let's see if this second attempt at a spike works. They have to time it precisely to hit the suspect's car while avoiding collateral damage up ahead. If a third officer wasn't waiting up ahead to make sure everything was well, the officer beneath the bridge believes he hit Kevin. Kevin is currently operating on borrowed time, but that didn't stop him from weaving in and out of control and endangering people's lives. Fortunately, no one was too close when Kevin lost control. Nobody lasts very long after driving over 2 spike strips. They nearly caught up to him, but a few moments later, when Kevin parked his car in a swamp, the police surrounded it, forcing Kevin to retreat toward them. He was ultimately charged with reckless driving, driving without a license, and resisting arrest. As for his passenger, she appeared more concerned with her phone than with it. She made the foolish decision to tuck it into her waist rather than drop it. How does that look to an officer 20 to 30 feet away? She was not prosecuted for anything, as far as we can tell, just for taking part in Kevin's joyride. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it, and hit that subscribe button.